How's it going, everybody? This is Mackenzie with the MNB Wrestling Report at www.mnbwrestling.com, here to give you my feedback on the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view. I thought overall it was a solid show, good matches, nothing particularly spectacularly good, but a lot of good, fun matches. Unfortunately, even though it was a solid pay-per-view overall, it's going to do a terrible buy rate because it was just promoted terribly, with only 2 weeks to do it after Night of Champions, and now we only got 3 weeks to Vengeance, so yay. Anyway, let's go ahead and run this show down really quick. We opened up with Christian versus Sheamus. I thought they had a fun match, not quite as good as I was hoping it would be for these two on a pay-per-view, but a solid, good, fun match. Christian hit a couple spears that looked really nice, including the one on the outside. Then Sheamus won it clean with the brogue kick. So, fun match. Enjoyed it. Really building Sheamus well. I'm guessing he's going to be next in line for a shot at Mark Henry. Christian, God only knows what they're going to do with him at this point. We'll just have to see. Let's move on to the next match. We had Sin Cara Blue versus Sin Cara Black. The crowd just didn't care about this match. You know, they didn't care about it before the two of them started botching spots. But, Hunico's just no good. Sin Cara is struggling because he doesn't know the American style of wrestling and he's trying to learn it. And he got brought up developmental too soon. This match was rough. There's no way about it. But, the real Sin Cara won. I am guessing Hunico is going back to developmental. Though they could, play off Hunico. They had the promo when Hunico revealed the black outfit, and he said, "You stole my gimmick once as Mystico. Now I'm here in WWE to steal your gimmick, Sin Cara." So who knows? Maybe we'll see Black Sin Cara back as Mystico. We'll see what happens. Either way, Sin Cara is not going anywhere because they're going to go to Mexico. He's going to get a major superstar reaction in Mexico because everybody knows who he is. And WWE is going to say, hey, we need to protect him to help the Mexican market no matter what problems there is. And that's all there is to it. Next match was Kofi and Evan versus Ziggler and Swagger. This was a fun match. This was one of the best matches of the night, in my opinion. They really went out there. They put on a good match. A lot of great spots. Really told a good story through the match. Fast-paced, all action. The heels beat on Kofi for a good bit. Evan got the hot tag. Hit the diving knees off the top turnbuckle, which is one of my favorite moves of his. Always loved seeing him do that. Loved the finish when Swagger and Ziggler were setting Evan up in the corner. Evan reversed it. Kofi kept Swagger from interrupting the pin. Evan got the 1, 2, 3. Air Boom retains the tag team titles. Love the team. Don't like the name. Enjoyed the match. More, please. I would not mind seeing a couple more matches from these guys. After that match, we had first Hell in a Cell match for the night. We had Orton versus Mark Henry. Mark Henry went in first, which makes no sense because I always hate when the champions come out first. Air Boom did it too. They had a much better match than I expected. Don't get me wrong, this was not a great technical classic by any stretch of the imagination. I was not expecting much from this match because I know how limited Mark Henry is in the ring, despite how awesome he's been of late. But, they went out there, they had a good match. Henry, much to my surprise, won clean in the middle again. I could not believe it. Orton went for the punt after Henry kicked out of the RKO. Henry jumped up, caught him, World's Strongest Slam, 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Mark Henry retains the World Heavyweight Championship, which I think is just great. Henry is playing this role to perfection. He's cutting great promos. He looks great, tossing geeks around like lawn darts. Where I'm hoping this is heading is I'm hoping, say Vengeance. They revive the Mark Henry-Sheamus feud for a little bit. Let Mark Henry beat Sheamus a couple of times. And then they go back to Randy Orton and Randy Orton takes the title off of him then. It's the classic story of the monster heel and the babyface that every match gets a little closer to beating him, then he finally beats him, and he'll be far more over for doing it than he would have been if, they had just traded the title back and forth 5 times. So, all positives for this. Love where it's going. Love Mark Henry. Hope to see this continue to go. Cody Rhodes came out with his baggers. God, please make the baggers go away. Geeks in the front row with a bag over their head, marking out because it means they get to be on TV is not heat. Rant over. Cody came out and talked about how this Intercontinental Championship was a travesty, and he was bringing back the real title. He called for the Velvet Bag and brought out the early 90s white strap Intercontinental title belt. Loved seeing that old belt again. It looks great still. Now, if only they do it with the WWE title and get rid of that stupid spinner belt. Bring back the old Winged Eagle. That was such an awesome belt. Anyway, John Laurinaitis comes out. He talks about how, by order of Triple H, Cody has to defend the title against John Morrison. They go out. Cody was in his street clothes. They have a match. Morrison went for his flash kick off the ropes. He missed it like a complete geek and got rolled up. The burial of John Morrison continues when he was on the verge of breaking out as a star. Surprise, surprise. Cody Rhodes still looked good. Loving Cody. Wouldn't mind seeing him in world title contention once a babyface gets their hands on the belt again. For what it was fine. They had a backstage segment where Miz and Truth had taken out Air Boom. Triple H yelled at Laurinaitis saying, I told you to get police, not these cheap security. Stop making matches. It's not your place to make matches. Showing that Laurinaitis had made that match with Rhodes and Morrison by himself. Triple H had nothing to do with it. So they're obviously booking Laurinaitis to be the guy that plays both sides on this whole lawsuit storyline. The next match was the Divas title match. Beth Phoenix finally defeating Kelly Kelly to win the Divas title. For a women's match, it was pretty good. These guys, too, have been working together for quite a while now. Attentions to details are things that I enjoyed. And I liked how Natalya, after she whaps Kelly Kelly with the mic, proceeds to bang it against the ring a couple of times to show the referee, I didn't hit Kelly with it, I was just hitting it against the mat. It's little details like that that can make or break things to me, and I noticed stuff like that, and I really liked seeing that. Anyway, Beth finally wins the title. It's about time. Should have happened last pay-per-view, but, it is what it is, and we'll see where it goes. Final match, we had the triple threat match between Del Rio and Punk and Cena in the Hell in the Cell. It was a triple threat in a cage. The cell didn't mean much. They had some chair shots. Ricardo eventually took out the ref and got in, tried to sneak in with a pipe. Cena gave Ricardo the AA out on the floor. It looked like it sucked. He then got knocked out of the cage. Del Rio took the key that Ricardo had used to unlock the cage, kept the iron pipe, locked the cage back up, and locked Cena out, leaving it down to Del Rio and Punk. They did some great spots. Punk looked like he was poised to win a couple times, but he got Del Rio up for the GTS. Del Rio hit him in the side with the pipe, hit him in the neck with the pipe, and then locked in for the victory. Clean submission. Del Rio wins the title back, showing even more that Cena getting the title last pay-per-view was just a ratings grab because Raw did a 2.7 the Monday before. So now Del Rio has the title back that he was never supposed to lose going into Mexico. Good match, a lot of fun, really enjoyed it. The post-match beatdown with Truth and Miz I thought was great. They just beat everybody down. Jim Ross was at his absolute best. Cut the door, get the cage down. Somebody stop this. Jim Ross being on this pay-per-view meant so much. It made the pay-per-view better just by him being there. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Hell in the Cell. Should be an interesting Raw tonight to see where it goes off of the Miz Truth angles last night during the pay-per-view. I'll be on Twitter at Mackenzie MNB, like always. You can also find me on Facebook at Mackenzie Calhoun. And once more, before this ends, I just want to plug the contest that I'm running on the website. I have flyers that have been autographed by legendary NWA 8-time champion Harley Race, just to show people that I do indeed have these to give away. Here are the flyers. I have 5 of them to give away. I'm going to be giving them out starting on next Monday, the 10th. To participate in this contest, you have to follow me on Twitter, register a free account on the website at mnbwrestling.com, and then go on to the forum. You'll find the link for the forum on the bottom taskbar on the site. Scroll down to the Daily Stuff board. There's a thread for the contest on the board. Just post your Twitter address on the board so I can verify that you followed me on Twitter. I'll verify your account through your post, and we will go from there. And I will be picking one winner every week for 5 weeks to win one of these autographed flyers by Harley Race. So now you've seen them, you know they're real. We've only got 1 or 2 entrants so far for the contest. I'd love to see a lot more. So I'll hope to see you on the site, and I'll see you on Twitter tonight for Raw. Have a good evening.